The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, we went to Guilford, where we finished 5th and 8th. I mean, not too awful bad, but I believe we were a victim of rain strategy. We just couldn't keep up. But now we've got a street course in Singapore, so that's pretty interesting. We have 1 day and 5 hours until our engine is done, and then we will work on that as much as we can. As far as sponsors are concerned, Slot 1 opens up this race as well, so a lot to do before the Singapore Grand Prix, and there we go. So we've got one sponsor interested. Pit crew is being auto-managed. Car repair is finished. So we've got 9 hours until the engine is done. Let's start with a blank slate. So we've got a 100% engine there, and that's going to be our backup engine, or Enrica's engine. Falco will get the big one. We've got 196 there. We can top that off. 96 there. We can top that off. And suspension, we can top that off. 15 days before the race is outstanding. We're still trying to squeeze out brakes there. And let's squeeze out as much engine as we can. And let's go with the gearbox. Let's go with the suspension piece. And let's do that 15 days before the race. As soon as that's done, it should automatically flip-flop. But there we go. All right, so that should be it. Engine work is done. All right, so let's improve the parts here. There's our engine with the bonus 50 on soft, supers, and ultras, which will be pretty good. I don't think we need to improve any of these parts anymore. Let's just focus solely on that engine if we can. 8 days before the race to get the engine set. It's already better than our other engine for sure. So we will focus solely on that engine. I think that would be a wise decision to do. Choosing a vote. Now what? All right. No, I'm not going to pay $1 million to control the vote. Not worth it to me. All right, so Wednesday the 27th, the reliability work is done. So that should be a good engine for us. We have our 3 sponsors. So 10th, 16th, and 14th. Oh, man. So for 4 races, we can get another upfront payment pretty quickly. Even 2 more offers at $800,000 a pop will be better. So the cruises, it's for 4 races. It's 10th or above. We can do that. 400 grand. Yeah, that's the way to go. No question. 800 more grand in the bank in 4 races time. We will pick a new primary sponsor. Let's see how our engine is doing. It's at 99%. It's a shame that we can't just go pause. All right, 100%. 1 day after the race, we're boosting that engine. We might as well focus on improving the reliability of these extra parts. And then let's just focus solely on that performance there. Get that engine as good as we can. 1 day after the race certainly isn't bad. All right, Singapore, 35% chance of rain. Interesting indeed. All right, and there we go, the Singapore Roundup. Staff Center is fine. I'm not building a building until next season, though, so good luck with that. All right, so let's get our engine back in this car. It's amazing how quickly they turn that engine around. I think we can do 6th or above here. That's what we'll go with. As far as the engine goes, let's make sure that Falco has the great engine and Enrica has the next engine at 813. That's going to be really good. And then the rest of them are going to be fine. All right, so we've got the boosted engine up in here. It's an 836 plus 50 on softs, supers, and ultras. Should be fine. We've got softs here with a very high or a high tire wear, so we'll definitely be on softs for the race. I mean, we're getting massive bonuses as long as it doesn't rain, so I will see you after qualifying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying is done. Enrico got the pole position by 0.07 of a second. However, the race has decided to be a little bit rainy, so both of our drivers will be starting on intermediate tires, and it looks like the rain will continue to fall by like lap 5 or 6. We may need to actually get on the wets, but we'll be on intermediates for now. We're not going to hop straight on the wets because there will be 7 or 8 laps that we are just not fast at all, and I'd rather be really fast for a short amount of time on intermediates than slow for 7 laps on wets, and then might even have to change them out anyway. So we'll be on intermediates. We practice on soft tires and got them on level 3. Hopefully the race dries out so Falco can use that engine to his advantage. But here we go, starting the race from the pole, and 14th place. Falco got trapped behind cars that just came off pit road, killed his entire lap. Bad mojo for everybody. And here we go. So Enrica will get the whole shot off of the lead, and she should be able to pick it up here. Everyone else is on intermediate tires as well, and fresh intermediate tires, so we don't have a tire advantage. We don't have a tire deficit either. We're just going to push as hard as we can on these tires to begin with, get the temperatures up if we can, and try to keep them right in the sweet spot here and watch the rain. We'll see if the rain starts to head out. Unfortunately, we don't have a big enough gap between Lara and Falco to pit them both on the same lap. Enrica's definitely leaving the door open there. What are they doing? They're pushing orange, so that's where Enrica is trying to lose these spots, but it isn't worth it. I've stripped the weight on these cars enough that they will finish the race. But if I start pushing this early, they definitely will not finish the race. So we're not going to go pushing orange on the start. What we can do is just push these intermediate tires a little bit more, and we can see the rain start to taper off after lap 8. So that's going to be where we need to decide, do we go on slicks? Do we stay out on the intermediates a little bit later and make just one stop and shorten it up? We might get lucky with a safety car. If we're coming around the last hairpin, safety car comes out, we'll hop on pit road real quick to change out tires. But yeah, it looks like the rain will pick up for a bit and then taper off. So let's go ahead and roll back. We're really blistering. Despite as cold and wet as it is, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, that's a nice, 20-degree day in Celsius. I mean, it's still blistering the tires a bit as hard as we're pushing. We need to make these tires last through the wet, though, as much as we can. I don't want to pit right in the middle of this cycle, like on lap 8, and run another set of intermediates down. I don't think that would be beneficial. Although, as far back as Falco is, we can try it. We can sort of shore up our strategy a bit with Enrica, do what the leaders do and stay put. But for Falco, we might be able to churn through the tires a bit, pit on lap 8, right at the peak of the rain, and then get him on pit road again. Because it kind of looks like this rain is going to stick around for the entire race, and this might be an inners complete race. No, it looks like it's tape. No, it's going to increase right there, it looks like. Come on, Enrica, hold your own here until we can figure out what we're going to do. I mean, it's going to get wet, a little bit wetter past lap 8. We've got 7 laps in the tank to make a decision. They'll put us at lap 13, and that's when the rain is starting to taper off. I think once we learn a little bit more after lap 8, then we can decide. And I don't like that strategy now. Just looking at it, Falco is burning through tires. He will get on pit road first before Enrica. We'll keep Enrica nice and steady in third. We'll keep an eye on the leader. And yeah, it looks like it's going to become bone dry on lap 15. And I don't know if these tires are going to last to lap 15. So what I'll do, I kind of do like this strategy now. After lap 8, we'll pit Falco, and we'll have him run as hard as he can up to lap 15 and get him on pit road for those soft tires. So next time by, it looks like Falco will be pitting. And then we'll get him on another set of intermediates. We're going to fill him up and see if this sets us up well like as far as fuel is concerned. It's an interesting strategy that I want to try. As far as Enrica goes, 48% on the tires, and she needs to go probably these 7 laps here as far as she can on these tires, as best as she can. Otherwise, she's going to be pitting for another set of intermediates anyway, and it doesn't make much sense to. All right, so Falco is running hard, and we'll keep him on a hard burn here as far as the tires are concerned. So Falco will hit pit road. He'll be the first one on pit road. We'll get 4 fresh intermediate tires, a mistake on the right front, so it's a good thing that didn't happen to Enrica, because she's in the points. Shinosuke Kuze messed up, a 4.5 second mistake, so Falco's pretty much on his own. Yeah, unless there's some wonky strategy, I don't think this is going to pan out. So it's really a case on if Enrica can stretch out these intermediates or not. I kind of want to slow down and conserve and see if we can get further into the rain run. If we can go a few more laps, then we won't have to pit again for intermediates like these other guys might. Like, I'm looking at these guys, they're trying to stretch it all out too. They see what we see. We need these tires to last as long as they can. We need to go around a couple more times, and we may just throw the softs on it and say screw it. We'll have to see what happens here. So there are some cars coming to pit road. They're going to put on intermediates, I guarantee. Or are they going to go with softs? All right, they're on intermediates. They're going to have to pit again. Let's gap these guys as much as we can and go softs a little bit later when it makes sense to. Falco's already made his way up to 17th, and he is churning through those intermediates as he should. He should push those as hard as he can. And some guys are pitting this time around. I think we can leave Falco out a few more laps. And Enrica, we are going to... I kind of want to go around one more time. The leader isn't pitting yet. I don't want to give up all of this time, but it looks like... Yeah, if we can go around one more time, we'll be set. For sure. I'll just keep Falco pushing as hard as he can until he can get to pit road. And then Enrica, I think she'll go around one more time on conserve. And then that will set us up for our set of soft tires. So Enrica, please be nice to the tires. Pit next time by for your softs. We'll fill up as much as we can. There's 17 laps to go. They'll put 12 in the tank. And pit. Please take care of your tires, Enrica. Falco, he doesn't have to worry about it. He can churn through these like a hot knife through butter. And I think he is far enough back that we can actually tell him to pit this lap as well. Yeah, Falco's 20 seconds back. The rain is starting to come off. Yeah, pit this time as well. Get your softs on. He won't be spending as much time on pit road because he doesn't have to fill his tank as much. All right, here comes Enrica. She's on a conserve. So now let's go a push. Come down pit road this time as the track is drying out. We need a mistake-free run here, ladies and gentlemen. 10, 11, and 12. There she goes. Falco in his box. That was pretty awesome. You couldn't have timed that any better. All right, so Falco, go with a neutral. And Enrica go with a neutral, and we'll just ride and see how the race plays out. So we have 11 laps left in the tank with 15 to go. We'll have to be on pit road at least one more time, and it looks like the rain is not going to be a factor. So I think Falco actually made up a net gain. Oh, nice. Enrica's going to go right on by there. Second place, third, fourth. So they're going to come out on soft tires as well. And Sevilla actually chose to go with super softs. An interesting turn of events for sure. But we'll keep these tires under us. We'll keep the fuel in us. Essentially, Enrica and Falco are dead even, and they are far enough now that they both can pit on the same lap, so we can run pretty much the same strategy. The track is drying out nicely, and track grip will be coming back soon. I think Sevilla is a sitting duck on those tires unless Sevilla is going to make a soft tire finish. Now we have the 15% bonus to soft tires as well. So I don't think we are going to go on super softs no matter how far we go into this run. But it may be worth it when it's all said and done. We'll see. If it's only like 3 or 4 laps to go, we'll go with the super softs. If we can split this into halves, because we pitted on what? Where was our pit? So we've done 3 laps on the tires there. That puts us at lap 15. I kind of wish this said what lap we pitted on. So we need to go 7 and 7. So we need to go 7 to go in order to split this run directly in half and get the most of it out of these soft tires. I think that would be beneficial. Once we do that, we won't have to fill up on fuel much. So I think that's how we do it. Falco 21 seconds back. That is a delta of 14 seconds. And I don't think our pit stop will take any longer than 14. We're not going to be filling up much. And Falco's putting on a clinic. I think this is where his engine is really going to shine through. He's going to start chewing through these guys and might actually get into the points even on that kind of wonky strategy. All right, so we need to split this into halves. So with 7 to go, because we've gone 5 laps on this set, and there's 11 to go, I think we do split it in half. It seems to work out sort of better. Although Sevilla may be wanting to go for that, go for a similar strategy, it seems. So there's 11 to go. We've done 6 on the tires. So 7 with 10 to go, 8 with 9 to go. So in a couple laps, we'll pit. So you know what we can do? We can attack. We can just attack hard because we're going to be splitting this into halves. We don't have to conserve these tires much. I think Enrique can track down and close the gap a little bit here. I know you're going through them, but guess what? This is going to be your 7th lap on these tires with 10 to go. So 2 laps, you'll be on pit road. The delta is 15 seconds, 14 seconds or so. So we can definitely pit them both on the same lap. I think this is going to work out in our favor, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the warm and tinglies going. I'm feeling like a genius. No rain coming? No. No chance of rain. We are in the catbird seat. So this will be 8 laps on the tires with 9 to go. We may go around one more time. It just depends on what the tires look like when we come back around. I think we can actually go around one more time for both of these drivers. And then that way we'll be on the short side of the pit road. Yes, you should pit soon. In fact, you know what? You can pit next time by. Enrique, next time by, split the run in half. We need 1 lap of fuel. Go ahead and pit. The tire wear is helping your lap times, Falco, and you know what? What you can do? You can go ahead and pit this time too. On soft tires, you need to fill up 1 lap of fuel, and you can go. All right, so we're pitting this time, really pushing through the tires, 2 seconds behind the leader. I think what the leaders are going to do is they're going to try to go as far as they can into this run, and then they're going to pit for super softs with just a scant few laps to go. I think we can go over time further than that. All right, we'll go neutral, neutral. Enrique on pit road for her last pit stop of the day. We want mistake-free. Tires are on. 2 laps of fuel, down and away. Falco, jack is up, tires are on. 2 laps of fuel, down and away. And let's just ride, ladies and gentlemen. We are set. Enrique is actually out in 4th. We have El Sadat behind her on very chewed up tires. Cruz is going to try to be coming on those super softs. So we'll just push for now until the tire temperature comes up, and then we'll ride. We're going to take care of these laps as we can. 6 to go. Push. I had no idea. Push, push, push. That's right. We're cutting this in half. We're going to push these soft tires as hard as we can through here. Maybe not that much. We'll sort of see. Tire wear is high at this racetrack. We'll keep a steady push. So Cruz is coming up. And Cruz is going to be burning through those super softs fairly quickly. I think overall we are going to be okay. We won't have to come down on pit road anymore. Here comes Enrica. They're down on pit road. She's going to try to make the pass. Third place is going to come off of pit road with some chewed up super softs. Interesting strategy indeed. All right, so Falco. I think Falco, I want to push him to try to get him into the points. But, I mean, the points are up there. That's a good, 3 or 4 seconds. I don't think it's worth it. We want to try to stay in this just in case one of these guys crashes or, has to pit again. Crappy pit strategy and all that other stuff. But I think we're good to go on our tires, actually. We'll attack. We have 4 laps to go with 73% on the tires. We'll see how this pans out. I know tire temps are high. We're not in a position to push the car as of yet. I think we want to push with 2 to go as far as Enrique is concerned. Falco, I don't think we're going to push his engine. Not much. But Enrica, let's go ahead and start the high. We'll see if she can close this gap, 4 seconds. And she is on equal tires, but his tires are going to start blistering. If they have to push, she'll be in the catbird seat here with 2 laps to go. No, you don't have a problem with your brakes, Falco. Just stay in it. Stay in it, my man. Oh, see, someone ran off right there. Enrica's going to capitalize. 2 laps to go. High overtake. Stay in front. So Enrica got her way onto the podium for now. There was a mistake. Mistakes were made. And Falco, no, he's too close. I need him to finish. I need him to finish this race. 6th place is still way up there. No need to have him push, but Enrica definitely needs to push as hard as she can. She has excess fuel. Final lap, really closing in. 2 seconds now on Partanen. She's going to have better tires. It's going to come down to this last lap, whether or not she can get 2nd place from Partanen. She's pushing as hard as she can. Build up that battery, Enrica. Fight him hard. Norris with the fastest lap. That's good for everyone involved because it's not our rival. So here we come across the line. Enrica is going to come in 3rd. A very hard battle. 1 more lap and she would have got a 2nd, but we definitely cannot be mad at a podium finish. And Falco, even though he's out of the points, fought back brilliantly with an 8th. If his qualifying was better, if he wasn't back in the pack, I think that engine will pay dividends. I'm pretty happy with that. The Hammer, of course, both finished in the points, 1st and 5th. The 2nd place guys both finished in the points, 2nd and 4th. And we're right there in 3rd. So essentially we finished 3rd as far as points were concerned during the race. So I'm pretty happy about that. Go ahead and save the game. Hopefully the leader cheated because we have no risky parts. We have nothing to fear. Break our car down as much as you want, good sir. It's not going to matter. No. But Enrica did get 4 points. I believe that was for the finishing position and the pole. Oh, that's right. There's no pole award this year. Well, crap. That would have been nice, but 4 points to us. 4 points for Enrica. I mean, Enrica is 10 points now ahead of Falco. And as far as the team is concerned, sitting 13 points ahead of 4th. I mean, we're comfortable. I don't know if we're going to catch Spartan. But, stranger things have happened. We're past the halfway mark of the season. And we're going to the Ardennes, and I saw the preview image up there in the corner. It looks like it's going to rain, so of course we get this brand spanking new engine that performs really well in the dry, and we're going to get rain every single race now. It's just programmed that way. I believe the AI is conspiring against us. All right, Enrica picked up a trait. Rival with driver. The driver will not join a team with Sophie Sevilla. for the next 52 weeks, so almost a year. She's like, nope, I'm not going to be with Sophie at all. I mean, that's fine. We hit both sponsor objectives. We're floating the cash. Awesome sauce. Go ahead and save the game, and we will be ready for the Ardennes in Belgium, also known as Spa-Francorchamps. And it looks like it's going to be top speed, brakes, and gearbox with a low tire wear, so super softs may be the name of the game, but it looks like it's going to be a very rainy race, which isn't helping us a bit. Superb. Evening Herald, sure, we will accept. Sophie Sevilla. Well, I mean, if we're keeping Enrica, not. We may look into it. Sophie Sevilla has some morale boost. Wow, she was at 2% morale. She absolutely hates her team. She's such a moron, I can barely stand to be in the same room, said Lara, red-faced with rage. I don't know what she got into with Sophie Sevilla. Where did Sophie finish? Right behind her. So maybe they had a run-in. Who knows? But that's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week when we race the Ardennes. Take care.